தெக்கணமும் மதிச்சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திறனாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திறமியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Thank you, Ms. Sri Lakshmi. Now, may I request Dr. S.K. Jayanti, Principal, Vellalar College for Women, to deliver her welcome address. Please, Madam Principal.
Pleasant good evening to one and all present here. On behalf of the management, my warm greetings to everyone connected with this international conference on diaspora across time and space. I extend my gracious welcome to our special invitee, Vice Chancellor, Professor Gurmeet Singh, Pondicherry University, who is to deliver the inaugural address, and Professor Dr. Kiran Arora, Principal, PCM ST College for Women, Jalandhar, who is going to deliver the special address, and to our Secretary and Correspondent, Thiru S.T. Chandrasekhar of our institution, who is going to offer felicitations. Our institution is privileged to have so many renowned faculty across the seas to be a part of our conference, and my pranams to every one of them. My cordial welcome to all the erudite resource persons across our nation. I feel intensely happy to extend a hearty welcome to all students, scholars, and the faculty who are online today for the 4-day international conference organized by the PG and Research Department of English of our institution. As we all know, the globalization process has led to inter and intra delocation and relocation and resulted in a permanent longing for home. The anxieties and challenges of diasporic community have to be met with a compromising mental and physical attitude, and it is of utmost necessity in the 21st century. I sincerely hope the deliberations of the research scholars would provide multiple avenues for strengthening the mindset of diasporic community, thereby making the world a happy place for every global citizen to live in. My heartfelt wishes for a smooth and successful conduct of this conference. Once again, I welcome one and all present here. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Principal. And now may I request Thiru S.D. Chandrasekhar, Secretary, Vellalar College for Women, to offer his felicitations. Please, sir.
I am Chandrasekharan, Vellalar College of Women for Women, Secretary and Correspondent. Today, our college organized a very important webinar for DISPRIZE seminar. This is a very important because nowadays, after the COVID-19, the people all over the world affected by so many problems. First, the problem is so many people cross the country to other country. But other countries, that the people are suffering a lot because they are getting not job, and also not come back to our own nations, and also very difficult to live there. In India also the same problem. The Indian people also from Tamil Nadu to other people are here working here, not able to go other states there. So they are suffering. This is a very important topic, but because future we want to face how to face the problem, to solve the problem. Because nowadays the industries are growing more, but more means that we need the people from other countries. Our people also go to other places, but they want to live very peacefully and living comfortably. But after COVID-19, all peoples are suffering. Actually, the labor people, because they are not get job also, and also get difficult to live there. So that want to solve, because the seminar is very useful. The webinar is to solve how to face future. Our people are solving the problem. So this organized by our Vellalar College for Women English Department. I first thank you, and also future this type of organizing will help to our not only in Tamil Nadu, in India, it is all over the world. I best wishes to this seminar. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your felicitation speech. Next in the agenda of this inaugural session is a special address by Professor Dr. Kiran Arora,
Yeah, ma'am.
Principal, PCM ST College for Women,
Yeah,
Jalandhar.
ma'am, she could not join, I think, due to some unavoidable reason. I'm trying to call her, but she's not picking up phone also. So you can, take her place now, or Madam Savanlata can.
Or as an alternative, hello?
Yes, sir.
As an alternative, I can do my job, and maybe by that time she would join and you can invite her there at that time.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes,
I
If you
think
agree.
I'm audible. I think I'm audible now.
yes, ma'am. You are audible now.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
Okay. Sir, let me continue, please. Sir.
Yes.
Okay. Next in the agenda of this inaugural session is a special address by Professor Dr. Kiran Arora.
Ma'am, she is not
She
online
is
right
not
now.
available. Okay,
Yes.
that part I was not able to hear, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
let me continue. Next is the inaugural address by the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor Gurmeet Singh, a renowned academic administrator and an internationally reputed expert in the field of corrosion science and smart materials. Professor Singh began his academic career as lecturer in the Department of Chemistry, University of Delhi in 1926, rising to become a professor about 20 years ago. We have in him a committed and zealous person who is devoted to the evolution of the University of Delhi and other public institutions while maintaining a very high level of research output in terms of quality and quantity. He has held the positions of Proctor, Head of the Department, Member of the Executive Council, and numerous other administrative positions in the University of Delhi. He had been on high-level committees of the UGC, DBT, and CSIR. He also held positions of great sensitivity and responsibility, and his appointment as the special observer for the West Bengal State Assembly elections by the Election Commission of India vouches for it. His assignments abroad include the positions he held as chair professor at Lunghwa University, Taipei, where he started collaborative research. He was a visiting scientist to Hungary and Japan, and has been an academic mission to Germany, Italy, Australia, Singapore, Korea, Thailand, and Kenya. Currently, he is a visiting professor at Japan Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, JAIST, Ishikawa, Japan. An inspiring teacher and mentor of research, Professor Singh has guided 14 MPhil and 50 PhD scholars. Several of the resulting contributions have received accolades and Best Paper awards at international and national conferences. When he moved to Pondicherry University as its Vice Chancellor, Professor Singh was personally supervising 9 major R&D projects worth over rupees 7.5 crores, with about 150 research papers, of which a majority are in high-impact international journals. Professor Gurmeet Singh is also among the most cited of the scientists in his field. An academician and administrator par excellence, Professor Singh is the recipient of the Meritorious Contribution Award, the Annapurna Award, and the holder of membership of the Royal Society of Chemistry, London, and fellowship of SAEST and the Electrochemical Society of India. Deeply honored to have you here with us, Professor. May we request you to deliver the inaugural address.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vinita, for very kind words, and my very good evening to all of you. The principal of Vellore College of Women, which is an autonomous college, Dr. Jayanti, Dr. Chandrasekhar, the correspondent and the secretary of this college, Dr. Jai Singh, who in fact telephoned me that this is to be inaugurated. I'll tell you the reason why I'm very pleased to be doing this. And my associate from Jalandhar, Dr. Kiran Arora, who somehow is not joined today. Right now, she's not online, but I'm sure she would be joining us very soon. Now, when Dr. Jai Singh told me that there is a seminar, webinar we call it these days, webinar which is being organized, and I am supposed to be inaugurating this, I was very pleased for 2 reasons. Let me tell you. One, you have picked up a topic which is what is called diaspora across time and space. and the understanding of Indian diasporic literature, which is a very important topic. I'll explain that. And for the second reason is a time through which we are passing, which is a very depressing time because of this pandemic. Everybody is feeling very much let down and low. To organize a webinar which will enable many of the academicians and the students of this college to help them come out of this pandemic. They'll all be helped in achieving whatever they are hoping for, and this kind of a webinar will help them come out of this depressive time. So for these two reasons, I immediately said, yes, I would be very happy and pleased to inaugurate this particular webinar. And as I said, the topic that you have chosen is about the literature and the contribution of the Indian diaspora, which is abroad, all over, and the way they are contributing. It's a very important topic because it will strengthen the belief of our students that our friends sitting all over the world are not only contributing in the area of science and technology, but they are also doing a wonderful service and a great job in the field of literature. Now, this is a very pleasing information for all the youngsters, because once they get to know that our Indian friends are doing excellent work in almost all fields, I think this will motivate them to go across and start working in whatever subject they are interested in. Now, a word about the college. College could have functioned the way other colleges are functioning, but the fact that they have taken this initiative to organize a webinar in this area at a time which is not a very pleasant time, let me tell you, this goes to the credit of the college, that they are committed to achieve academic excellence, whatever may be the situation. One could have been that we are passing through a very difficult time and this pandemic is spreading very fast. So therefore, we should not be doing anything and we should be sitting in our own houses and doing whatever little one can do. But the organization of this webinar to motivate our youngsters and to the academic community here will go a long way, let me tell you. It will help people come out of this depressive time. It will motivate them. It will encourage students to start working in different areas. And a feeling will come to their mind that if Indian diaspora can do so very well in Indian literature, why should we not be doing it here? And when they analyze it, I have gone through the list. There are people from Nepal, Hungary, and other countries. When they'll be all discussing this, I think it'll be a wonderful exercise for our young minds. Let me tell you, Indian scientists, Indian academicians, Indian as such staying abroad have done exceedingly well in all their fields. I will highlight few things which will really make you very proud of our own heritage and traditions. You see, wherever Indians are, they have done very well. I've already said there can't be two opinions about this. But let me tell you what our Indian traditions ultimately did. And that is one of the reasons that we have been able to withstand this pandemic in much better manner as compared to most of the other countries. If you remember, I think all the seniors who are sitting here will bear me out. When we used to be young, we used to be given an injection called BCG, which used to be for typhoid and other diseases. People used to question, where is the need for this BCG injection? But our medical experts kept on insisting that no, this has got to be given. And let me tell you, over the years, since we stuck to this BCG vaccine regimen, it helped in our country, it helped our countrymen to develop a kind of extra resistance in their body, which is now putting them in good stead, and they're able to withstand this pandemic much better. This is the result that though Corona has spread in our country pretty fast, but death rate as compared to other countries is very low. If you compare our country's death rate with countries like Italy, Spain, United States, it is very less. It is very less because we have an inherent resistance in our body, which is putting us in on a safer wicket, in good stead as compared to other countries. Now you will say, where is the evidence of this? Where is the proof of this? I will give you an evidence which will prove my point beyond a point. If you compare the Italy and Spain, they are joining countries, they have had very heavy death toll because of this pandemic. And a joining country like Portugal, they were following Indian traditions. If you remember, Goa was a part of our Portugal regime, and it became independent in '62. That happens to be one of our states now. Portugal was also following Indian BCG vaccine regimen, and because of that, they also developed a similar resistance which Indians had developed. And for that reason, Portugal also has a very low death rate as compared to the adjoining neighbors like Italy and Spain. So this goes on to prove that Indian traditions, Indian systems, Indians working everywhere, Indians working in any of the areas, any of the fields, have been doing exceedingly well. And whatever we have been doing in the past have put us on a much better placing as compared to the other countries. That is why our traditional medicines, our traditional Ayurvedic system, our traditional values that we have got, values of gargling with curcumin and other agents, have helped us all through. And if you have gone through the Ayurvedic system of medicines, those who are following, they are fighting corona much more conveniently, much more better as compared to the other ones. Now, I'll take you a step further. Germany is a country which is next to Italy and Spain. They are also having low death rate, despite not having BCG regimen, which I have named that we have been having and Portugal has been having. Now there, for Germany, the reason is Germany had a component called East Germany. East Germany was following BCG regimen the way we followed. And because of this, that resistance which developed in these countries who are following BCG regimen like India has helped Germany also to have a low death rate. Then let me name certain other countries you can verify. Australia had this, they are having low death rate. Costa Rica had this, Hungary had this. Many of the Eastern Bloc countries like Korea and Japan and others followed this. So they are all having very low death rate as compared to the other European nations, which goes on to prove that Indian values, if followed properly, will always put us on a stronger and safer circumstances as compared to the other ones who are not bothered about this. So I am glad that you people have organized this seminar, which is on Indian literature. I am certain that when you deliberate upon Indian literature, where Indian diaspora has contributed abroad a great deal in a very rich manner, I'm sure, will bring out many of those points which I have highlighted here from a scientific background. From a literary background also, you will come to know some of the positives that our literature had. If followed properly, it will contribute very richly in making our society, in making our place, in making our world a better place to live as compared to when we do not follow Indian values. You have seen the example of what China did to our country. We are not deterred by these small minor things. We have the capability of facing all this much more bravely. But where do we get this resolve? Where do we find ourselves stronger in terms of facing any kind of a crisis in the best possible manner is because of our traditionally strong values which we have inherited from our past contributors. And that is the reason that we have withstood. I will give you one more smaller example, which is on this question of self-sufficiency. Our Prime Minister recently said that we will move in a direction by which India becomes an absolutely self-sufficient country. Yes, we have the capability, we can become. And I'll give you an example of Sir B.C. Ray, who was denied an FRS, Fellow of Royal Society, in early 1860 when he was born and he was working. He was denied being given an FRS, but ultimately He went on to win many of the awards subsequently. And same very country who denied him this realized their mistakes, and in 1934-35, somewhere around that, they knighted him. He was called Sir B.C. Roy. He was the one who started the first true Indian pharmaceutical company when Britishers were ruling us. Had he not got that zeal to do it, he was a chemistry lecturer, simple lecturer, but he thought that if in England they can do these things, industry and universities going together, we can also do it. So he did this and went on to set up his first chemical industry. After that, that led to the setting up many industries across the country. And now the chemicals, the pharmaceuticals which we produce are cheapest as compared to what other countries are doing. And they have proved that we are capable of making anything in our country. This is where I go on to prove, and I keep telling all my students, that we have the inherent capability of becoming self-sufficient. I am glad the webinar is on Indian literature, which is related to the Indian diaspora settled abroad. With the kind of experts you have, and my own colleague, Dr. Kiran Arora, who is also from an English literature subject, they'll all contribute very richly in bringing out the Indian traditional values, which will go on to strengthen the resolve of our young Indian students who are studying in this college to do very well ultimately. It is this resolve that matters at this age. If you attain the determination that yes, we are the ones, we can really do it, we can achieve, we can do it, that is where will it lead to our youngsters becoming wonderful Indians, becoming wonderful citizens, and they'll contribute very richly to the positive growth of our society. I'm glad that this has been done. And this has been done at a time when people are passing through a very depressed time, as I said at the beginning. This will certainly be a big measure in overcoming everybody out of this deadly time that we are passing through. My compliments to all the organizers, particularly the principal and the correspondent, who would have certainly given all encouragement, and to Dr. Kiran and Dr. Jai Singh, who in fact relentlessly told me time and again that I must inaugurate this. So my compliments to the college, and my compliments, sincere appreciation to all the organizers, with a wish that don't stop here. This is the beginning for your college. Corona will take some more time to die out, and by the time we become absolutely normal, the situation becomes absolutely normal, and the positive normals are drawn, please continue organizing these kind of webinars, not only in English literature or diaspora literature, in all other areas that possibly you can think of. This is one of the best ways to motivate your youngsters and keep their positive spirits alive. So continue doing your good work, and I wish all the very best. God bless all of you. Thank you very much for inviting me over here. Wonderful work done. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Professor, for your inaugural address packed with substance and stimulus. Your appreciations for this academic venture of ours is encouraging and indeed heartening in these testing times. Thank you again for your inspiring words, which will definitely enable us to grow from more to more. Thank you again, Professor.
Yeah, ma'am, Kiran Arora ma'am has joined.
Okay. We are extremely happy to welcome Professor Dr. Kiran Arora, Principal, PCM ST College for Women, Jalandhar. Dr. Kiran Arora, she's present now, sir?
Yes, she's present.
Okay.
Yeah, I am here.
Okay.
I thought you would be able to see her face very clearly on the screen.
A warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Dr. Kiran Arora is a promising academician with remarkable administrative acumen and outstanding credentials. Spanning 32 years of academic and administrative experience as Professor of English and in the capacity of principal, working in premier graduate and postgraduate institutions of repute, she involves herself in educational planning, implementation, funding, and management in higher education. She also works towards sizable increase in the employability quotient of the graduates. Throughout her career, Dr. Kiran Arora had a wide-reaching educational interest for which the awards she received and the memberships she holds stand testimonial. She is the member of various fora in Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, Vice President, Association of Indian College of Principals, AICP, member, Society for Education and Economic Development, SEAT, New Delhi, etc. Furthermore, she has been nominated for prestigious awards such as Best Citizen of India Award, Bharatiya Siksha Ratan Award, Best Educationist Award, Global Educational Leadership Award, International Award of Teacher of Huge Potential to Serve Mankind, to mention a few. Delighted to have you here with us, ma'am, and we are waiting to listen to your special address. Please, ma'am.
A journey from Punjab to Tamil Nadu. You know what for? I just wanted to pay my respect and regards to Dr. Gurmeet Singh, Vice Chancellor of the University of Pondicherry. This is how since you can say my train or my plane, it was delayed for a few minutes because of, the problems which we are all are encountering nowadays. So I was a bit late. I'm sorry for that. So this is how I joined in this international conference. About 3 months ago, Dr. Gurmeet Singh, Vice Chancellor, University of Pondicherry, he happened to be in my institution on the eve of NAC-sponsored national seminar in my college. And I found him a wonderful person, very dynamic, innovative, a person with the numerous new ideas, very inspiring, encouraging, motivating kind of person. And since I came to know that he is to address this very college on account of the international conference being organized by this College of Tamil Nadu, I just thought of following him, coming to him, so that I pay my regards to him. My hats off to you, Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry, Dr. Gurmeet Singh. It is my proud privilege to introduce today's your chief guest to you. And on behalf of the institution organizing international conference today, I from my side accord a very warm, hearty welcome to Dr. Gurmeet Singh. Sir, I wish you a convivial welcome today. Just a word about Dr. Gurmeet Singh. Dr. Gurmeet Singh is a colossal in his own right. He has created a slot for himself, and with the dint of his hard work, he has done wonders. He has already proven his mettle both in the academic and administrative field. Professor Gurmeet Singh, a renowned academic administrator and an international repute expert, he is a man of science. He has held the position of proctor from 2005 to 2010, member of Executive Council, I think the same year during the same span, head of the department, and numerous other positions in the University of Delhi, besides serving as OSD, that is the principal of Deshbandhu College, New Delhi. He had been in high-level committees like UGC, DBT, CSIR, etc., and so many, I've forgotten a few of them. He is so competent that he was assigned the task to act as an observer in assembly elections, which he diligently performed. A man generally is known by his wherewithal in this materialistic age when everybody is running after, eat, drink, and marry. But an academician is known by his philosophy, his commitment, and his approach towards life and its various facets. I am talking about Dr. Gurmeet Singh. During his teaching and administrative career, he has put in his hard labor to bring about much required transformation in the field of education. You just imagine, from a humble teacher to vice chancellors is really an incredible journey. Dr. Singh rightly deserves it, as he knows and understands the diverse education system of the country and the emerging scenario in this sacred field, in the field of education. Dr. Singh, he fully understands the mechanics of higher education He knows that education is the liberating force which can bring a sea change in the lives of human beings. He knows that education amplifies dreams and education. His presence is bound to inspire us in the times to come. It is going to turn every day an academic feast for us. And the same feast I enjoyed when he happened to be in my college in Jalandhar. Just as cool breeze is welcomed by a river for obvious reasons, rain is always welcomed by the simmering earth. Fleeting dark clouds are welcomed by the peacock, and we all are here to welcome the chief guest of the day on the eve of the international conference organized by this college of repute, which has already earned the title of Potential for Excellence. I was really impressed. And the college has already been recredited with grade A. I feel happy to announce, I can't help saying, my college too has been recredited by NAAC with A+. I once again profusely welcome Dr. Singh in today's conference. It's because of him I'm present here today. I wanted to get hold of that inspiration, that motivation, that encouragement. This was the purpose. I think his presence has made my day, and I'm sure we all are going to be benefited from his words. The topic of today's conference, diaspora across time and space, is very relevant, as he himself said right just now. India has largest diaspora in the world with around 18 millions of its citizens in various countries. Mera Bharat Mahan hai. And we feel proud to be Indians. As economist Nirvakar Singh says in an interview with the University of California, Indian entrepreneurship is a very important engine of the economic growth. The co-author of a book, I've forgotten the name of that person, that author, anyhow, somewhere he writes that 8% in the USA, 8% founders of high-tech companies in the world, if they are employed, they all are Indians. I feel proud to be Indians. We all should feel proud to be Indians. I personally feel that deliberations on understanding of Indian diaspora literature in this virtual conference will prove to be a boon for teachers, students, and researchers. Diaspora with reference to literature. I know it's a wonderful topic. I'm very happy to take a note of what Dr. Gurmeet Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Pondicherry, hinted at. He has given wonderful and very good points. I'm more than sure that 4 days international conference definitely will make we are proud to be Indians. The deliberations will come out with very many new innovative ideas. Right now, when we have lockdown in the country, and this topic is very relevant, and we need to discuss. I'm confident that all the students, those who are on the screen right now, and all the teachers, they will be greatly benefited by it. I congratulate all the organizers of this very conference that they thought of organizing conference on such a good topic and very relevant, and it goes with the time, it goes with the changing scenario. The time has come when we need to pause and think what Indians have been doing outside. Of course, I know for 4 days you will be deliberating on with regard to the literature, right? It will definitely prove to be wonderful, and I will try to be on the screen whatever the maximum time I can. I too wish to be benefited from this very conference. My thanks are due to the principal in particular and the secretary of the governing body and Dr. Jai Singh, and who has been coordinating this very conference and who has been conducting the sessions which we are going to have for all the 4 days. My thanks are due to all. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, ma'am. First and foremost, for throwing further light on Professor Gurmeet Singh's personality within and without, and his phenomenal contribution to academia at large and science in specific. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your wonderful special address and your earnest wishes for the success of this conference.
Yeah, ma'am, may I say a few words about sir? Sir, I am, yeah, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, I am very, very thankful to you. The very first day I called you, you said yes. And Ma'am Kiran Arora told that you are such a nice person. And when I called you and you received my call and gave your consent, I am highly obliged to you. So it's very difficult to find a nice person like you in today's world. I again express my thanks on behalf of the college, on behalf of the students, participants, and everybody. So thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really grateful to Dr. Gurmeet Singh for being with us.
Well, such a lot of good words have been said about me, though I have finished my address. But I thought, with your permission, I'll add few more words. Yes, I did have the opportunity to visit Dr. Kiran Arora's college. I don't know how many of you will get a chance to visit that. It's a college which is very well kept, very well organized, and I was so very impressed when I went there. That was one of the reasons that when she said this is the webinar which needs to be addressed, and I immediately agreed. Because a person who's a good academics, a good administrator, you will always have a very high regard to the feelings that one has. And I'm grateful to all of you, Dr. Arora and Dr. Jai Singh, and the principal of this college, Dr. Jayanti, Dr. Vinita, everybody for that matter, for putting in and also for harboring such good thoughts about me. Let me tell you, in the kind of world we are in, it's rare that we praise somebody from the core of our heart. I got a feeling that you're doing that. That probably brought me back to this mic now when I was sort of compelled to say I'm really grateful for your very kind words. God bless all of you, and may you all continue to do good academic work with the same enthusiasm and spirit that you have been doing in the past. Thank you, and thank you, Dr. Arora, Dr. Kiran.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You have really obliged me. I had to come from Punjab to Tamil Nadu.
Yes, yes. That was another impressive part that you said you traveled. You flew from Punjab to South, and that delayed your flight a little. So good, very impressive way of starting. Thank you so very much, please.
Thank you very
Please
much.
carry on with your
Professor
program.
Gurmeet Singh.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am Vinita, you can continue.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Gurmeet Singh, for the nice words said, which would definitely spur on towards further horizons. Thank you, sir. Dear delegates, the quest for knowledge has been from the beginning of time, but knowledge becomes valuable only when it is disseminated and applied to benefit humankind. Let's all hope that this conference will be a platform to gather and disseminate insights on the dynamics and dimensions of the Indian diaspora. Let's wind up this inaugural session with a vote of thanks. On behalf of the PG and Research Department of English, Vellalar College for Women, I extend my wholehearted thanks to our revered Secretary, Vellalar College for Women, respected Principal, Professor Gurmeet Singh, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, distinguished chief guest of this inaugural session, Dr. Kiran Arora, dear delegates, beloved colleagues, for having contributed to the success of this inaugural session. My thanks are due to the technical assistants for enabling us to have a smooth sail in this live streaming session. Dear delegates, meet you all in tomorrow's session 1 on remembering the resistance of the pioneer South Asian Americans. Thank you all.
So, sir, once again, thanks to all of you. Ma'am Kiran Arora, ma'am, thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah. And thanks to the principal, management, and the teachers, Dr. Vinita and Dr. Savarna Lakshmi, for giving us an opportunity to discuss so many things on this platform. So thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. We are honored.
Vanita for you, Vinita. Jai Singh, sir. Thank you so much.
I am Dr. Vanita.
Okay, Vanita, ma'am. So, ma'am, shall we conclude the meeting now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have recorded it and I will send you the recording.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
So, okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye.
What time
Bye.
we can?
Thank you very much, sir, for being so cooperative and so supportive.
He's like
So
that.
supportive.
I tell you, he's a man with great patience, and he's such a wonderful man.
True, ma'am. True.
Even if you say thanks to him, I think you are short of words when you say, because he is always ready to do anything which you wish him to do. Always he comes forward. He will never say no. I've never heard him saying no for any kind of thing. Always yes, yes, yes. Why not? We can do it.
Yes,
He's
ma'am.
like that. Yes,
Thank
he's
you.
like that.
This term is too short a term to thank such people. Okay, actually, words fail me to thank him adequately.
Yeah. Nice meeting you. Nice meeting. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.